here, I want to do Black Ninja 797 out of context part 2 because that was like a minute long, and that surprisingly did really well. And I think YouTube is starting to promote smaller or shorter videos just like they are with long videos. So if anything, as long as the algorithm doesn't switch saying, hey, now all of a sudden we're promoting videos under a certain amount of time, we should be good. Because I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, long videos now are suppressing your algorithm, so fuck you, John. Because my videos are like hours long now. I feel like, I feel really protected in my house because if someone tries to break in, I will have 2 army soldiers in my house. Yeah, that's pretty true. See, if anybody ever broke into my house, they would just be greeted by 2 fat wiener dogs. and sometimes they don't even wake up. Like, somebody could do, like, an FBI open up, and they'll just be sitting there just knocked out cold. I mean, although they're good dogs. They're just more bark than they are bites. Alright, where's another mission that involves the Divine Beast? He must be lying around here somewhere. Divine Beast mission, where would it be? Was there only just those 2? This one's not one. Ah, yes, now we've got the Von Boris one. This one involves also Guardians and stuff like that. Okay, so they're just in different locations. Somebody text me? Yeah, somebody texted me. It's not a big deal, though. I'm away from you, Africa. Alright, defeat every Guardian within 5 minutes. I gotta get all 10. Hi! Well, that's half of them. Okay, now all of a sudden I gotta get 15 of them. I think I might just get this mission just straight out the rip. All I gotta do is just... I'm basically spawn trapping the Guardians. I run, and then I end up lasering them, and then I run to the other spawn, and then I laser them again. You should try Detroit Become Human. The story is really touching, and it's free on the PS5, just a suggestion. Yeah, I know you keep bringing up Detroit Become Human. That's actually one of the popular games that a lot of people have been recommending to me. I believe I have it for free because I have the PlayStation Plus membership. That's where it comes from, if I'm not mistaken, right? Either way, though, I would definitely look into it. So far, the most requested games a lot has been horror games, funnily enough, but I wouldn't be surprised if later down the line I do play that game. I feel like the next game I'll play soon will probably end up being a horror game, whether it be a walkthrough or not, just because a lot of people are in demand of those. I'll have an announcement, actually, believe it or not, on that exact question on what the next walkthrough game is going to be, hopefully by the time that's next year. Because Zelda's actually almost done sometime soon. And then Fortnite, yeah, that depending on how we want to play the next world, that may also end soon, so... I just don't want to necessarily say Fortnite's going to per se end, just because I might like the other world, if that makes any sense. It really just depends. So that is another mission down and complete, which means that we might only have one more Divine Beast mission left. I could have sworn there was one, though. I have to wait and see on that one. Alright. Next. What's the replacement for the Fortnite series? That is an interesting question, because I'm wondering what you guys would want to see. And a lot of you guys are giving me mixed results, but some of them click. Now, depending on what happens, because this is something interesting. So, when I did Zelda Breath of the Wild, it was the beginning of quarantine. Completely free schedule. Then I ended up doing a little bit of a break for I think like a week, and then I did the DLC. And the main story was 2 months, DLC was 2 months. Fortnite's kind of like the same thing, except there's already DLC on there and it's for free. So I started Fortnite back in August, and I've been doing the DLC in the middle, so there wasn't exactly like all main story, all DLC, it's just been kind of spread out along. And so from August to December, I've been doing Fortnite. And then I also implemented Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and now I'm also doing Hyrule Warriors in between. And 2 walkthrough series is not that bad when I'm free, but sooner or later, because for me personally, all this entire time I've been on unemployment money because my old job has been closed. Eventually, my unemployment money, at least in the United States, runs out the day after Christmas. So in January, I would have to get a part-time job because YouTube and Twitch, unfortunately, are not sustainable yet. But they're getting close. And by the way, I'm not trying to say this to be in a bragging sense, but I just wanted to say this because I'm very happy you guys have touched my heart and actually made me very happy to say this. But my very first paycheck for YouTube is actually going to be coming in at the end of the month. My very first paycheck from YouTube is coming in at the end of the month. And I'm so happy about that because it's literally physical proof saying, John, you did this after all this time. Now, the idea is that I'm going to keep doing that until eventually I can make it sustainable. So we're luckily on the right track. But long story short, due to work being implemented in my schedule again, because I also have school at the exact same time as work in January, inevitably, my idea is that I'll probably go back down to 1 walkthrough, but still keep the double uploads, if for as long as I can sustain it. I would like to believe I can still do what I'm doing despite work or school. What I'll probably do is I'll just have a schedule change. So, like, I can't promise certain days I'll be doing live streams or videos per se anymore, but the same amount of content will be distributed. It's just that instead of being like, oh, yeah, like, let's say I do this walkthrough 2 days a week, I might do it once a week and have a long series, for example, or I might have it where I only play it literally once a week and I just have 1 long episode. I'm kind of working things out. But this is the one thing I can promise you guys, though, is that nothing is going to stop us from having this walkthrough series. Nothing is going to stop us from keeping the channels alive. Nothing is going to stop us from being who we are, the meme lords and everything amongst us all. I am very much looking forward to 2021 with you guys, because in the Discord, as soon as it becomes the 1st, I will reveal so much stuff that you guys are going to be shitting your pants excited. I'm not going to let work get in my way. I will literally actually go out of my way and make sure that you guys come first before the job. Because luckily, the good news is, though, is that I still happen to live with my family, and my parents are very, very supportive of what I do. So, for example, instead of this whole entire time saying, hey, John, you know, get a fucking job, they've actually let me stay on unemployment and doing YouTube. And that allows me to essentially, through unemployment, be doing YouTube part-time, or even full-time, really, this year. Like, I basically, ever since quarantine started, been doing YouTube like it actually is my job, but I've just been having some of the money come from quarantine and unemployment money instead of actual YouTube. And now I get the actual YouTube check, which is sweet. So, this is what I will promise you, is that content will not stop. There might be a schedule shift, though, because I got to accommodate for school and work. This will be at the beginning of the year, but we will not stop. Tons of games are going to be coming soon. We're going to be wrapping up things here in a bang. And Detroit Become Human, horror games, Fortnite Save the World, Hyrule Wars, all these will be finished or start sometime very soon. I promise you that. So, whatever you guys want, it will eventually happen. Because that's the idea, is I'm going to be making what you guys want. Now, I can't promise it'll be all the exact same time, so I hope you will bear with me on that. It might be a while, it might be a few months, because I can't do a walkthrough on 6 games at once, but I just want to let you know that. Basically, long story short. You got this, you're gonna make it big. Thanks, Ben. You know, I'm gonna fucking give you guys a hug. Virtual hug, because you guys have made my fucking year. You guys have made my life in like the last year fucking amazing. Seriously, like, I never thought that I would fucking do this. You always think in the back of your mind, like, oh, this is not gonna happen, and then once you change that shift and realize that it's just your perception that's jamming you up, it just changes everything. I really recommend listening to a motivational speaker, because sometimes that helps me a lot. You should try to do multiple games and just see which one is good. Bro, you do what you gotta need to do. Thanks, guys. For multiple games, I'd be actually very open, because it really just depends on the game. Luckily, there is some games that have short campaigns and long campaigns. But I feel like when you guys say you want a walkthrough, I feel like you guys want a long campaign. Luckily, there was things like Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, where when the hype for Back 4 Blood was happening, I was just like, okay, I'll play the whole entire thing in a day. I played Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2's campaign across, like, I think 10 hours. But luckily, that made it so that way I had one long video of 5 hours long, or like 4 hours long, and then one that was like 3 to 4 hours long of both Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and that was their walkthrough. I'd be like, hey guys, here's a Fortnite episode and a Left 4 Dead full walkthrough. And one's an hour, and the other one's 5 hours, because I'm doing beginning to end on one. And then same thing the next time. But then these games, or like Fortnite, for example, some of the longer games, that I can't complete in one sitting, even though I want to. But I would have to spread it out. Some take months, just due to my scheduling, but... No hugs, the gay dude will appear. He's not like a ghost dude. He's not gonna be like some weird like a Voldemort thing where you say his name and he'll show up. And even then, that guy wasn't bad. He just got creepy. That was all. Like, you can be gay. I don't care. It's not like I said bend over. Anyway, enough with the sexualness of the conversation. Let's take a look at what else can be done. You've nearly finished Fortnite? Okay, let me ask you something, Solid. You would know this because you play Fortnite a fucking ton. In your humble opinion, is the next world worth even playing? Because I've thought about this. It's like, I'm going to ask you guys, like, because I won't post it if you guys don't want to see it. If anything, I can just play it on my own. I've thought about the scenario of where if I play it and you guys want to see it, if I play it and you guys don't want to see it, or if I'm not enjoying it and you guys want to see it, and I've thought of every single one, and see the things that one of them works, two of them, and I would say one mostly of the two doesn't really work out at all. So I'm trying to think to myself as being like, will I treat Fortnite's story kind of like what I did with Breath of the Wild, where yes, the storyline's not complete because I had side quests in Breath of the Wild, and Fortnite's not complete because I didn't do the last world, but does it really matter? Because like the way you guys sounded, like it sounded like it was boring, or it got frustrating, or something like that, and that just doesn't sound fun. I'd rather not taint the memory of Fortnite. So just an ask. I've even thought about looking up the ending, or even the process of what the missions contain, because I played the side quests, and the side quests were even kind of boring. It's just a thought. Let's see, what's another mission we can do? Forest Dance Festival. No, finish Candy Valley and maybe come back for the DLCs sometime after. Okay. I'll ask everybody else, though, too. I'm probably going to ask in the Discord probably sometime in the week. Twine Peaks is boring with no story. This is also another question I can ask you, too, by the way, while I'm actually at it. When it comes to the Fortnite story, without spoiling the ending, let me ask you this. Right after I complete either A, the Storm King fight, B, the end of Candy Valley, or C, the end of Twine Peaks, which one of those last missions gives me the credits for the game? Like, you know when you complete the last mission in a lot of games? It'll be like, directed and made by blah blah blah, and scrolling down like in the movies and everything else. When does that type of cutscene credit happen? Is that the very end of Twine? Is that the very end of Candy Valley? Or is that the very end of the Storm King? Because I know that Twine technically is another world, and I'm assuming that the credits would probably be there. But if Twine's kind of like considered a bonus world, that's what I would almost consider as like DLC. And I didn't promise DLC, I promised the main story. After the Candy Valley story. So after Candy Valley's story, there is a cutscene, and there's like credits rolling and everything, and Twine literally is a bonus world, right? That's what you're saying to answer the question, because that's what I was curious about, is that is Candy Valley literally the end of the game? Because I would like to believe so, because like unless you literally have the Storm King mythic boss fight have like a build-up sense, like if you like let's say defeat the Storm King, right, and then at the end of Candy Valley it's like, oh yay, we defeated the Storm King, and then all of a sudden it kind of does like a sequel sense where it's like, I don't know, like the Storm King like has his hand twitch or something like that, or they tease him coming back, and then there's build-up and the story is about fighting him again, maybe. But yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yes, the end cutscene is after Candy Valley. Okay, good to know. Because if that's the case, then Candy Valley might be the end of the game. Who knows, maybe one day in a couple months, we might actually just go back to it one day. Just say, fuck it, hey guys, we're playing Fortnite, or be like, hey guys, I did some grinding on the side, and I'm doing the Mythic Storm King now. Okay, right now it has become 8 o'clock, so we're doing pretty good so far. The ending is not satisfying, though. It's not satisfying. That ain't good. Well, we'll leave that into interpretation. I hope that it doesn't have a bad ending. Alright, and now we've got Divine Beast Varudani's mission. My hope is that for the Fortnite ending, after we defeat the Storm King, even if we don't get rid of the storm per se, it's like Walking Dead level-esque, where we just learn to live with what we got. Because like in The Walking Dead, kind of like when they get to like Alexandria, if you know what I'm talking about, if you watched at least up to like season 5, basically what happens is that they kind of just learn to deal with the apocalypse. They don't try to cure things anymore. They don't try to get rid of all the zombies. They just kind of learn to exist. They just get used to it. They're like, we're building a world within the apocalypse. So. Okay, just defeat every stone talus within 8 minutes. Or sorry, within 5 minutes it says 8 of them. Jesus Christ. This is so fucking OP, it's ridiculous. I love playing as the Divine Beast, you guys have no idea. By the way, my new MacBook arrived. Hey, there you go. That's awesome, man. I'm very happy for you. It's funny, I don't know a lot of people that actually end up watching on a MacBook. But I'm glad, though, that you got it. It kind of reminds me back in my day when I used to watch stuff on my tablet. I actually got a tablet before I got a smartphone. And so I would always watch YouTube videos and stuff like that on, like, a tablet. Because you know how, like, some people have, like, those photos where they take, like, screenshots and selfies with a tablet? And so, like, dude, why are you using a tablet? Because everyone always uses a phone now. It's ridiculous. In fact, actually, fun fact, all media content on Twitch and YouTube is mostly watched on phones, so. I mean, it shows you that a lot of people don't even have computers anymore. It's just like you have the small ones in your pockets, so. Where the heck is the one talus at? There we go. I feel like I can crush them. Yeah. Alright, and then we gotta crush the other one. Did I get him? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Can I get across or no? Okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna crush you. There we go. And now I'm gonna fire my laser. Raw. I can't watch on my phone. Laptop screens are way bigger. Yeah, that's understandable. It's funny, right now I actually have my Twitch open and watching my own stream on my phone because sometimes my computer, even though I can watch my stream in real time on here too, sometimes the phone gives better results because it's not the device that's also streaming. So I don't end up getting it possibly confused with maybe like just a feedback display rather than the actual streaming performance. And on here, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, the chat is like the half the screen. Like if you have it vertical, it's like screen and then that's like a DS. But it's not that bad. I think it's